Welcome to our class today. We are going to be talking about twists. We're going to do a quick twist sequence for you to detox and to start unlocking the spine. And we're going to start out with two basic concepts of twists that we're going to work on today. And I'm going to show you an easier twist on the chair, so a starting twist, and then we're going to work with these concepts of lifting the chest and creating space in your twist so that you can really start understanding how the twist works in your body. And then you're not going to want to miss the last part because we're going to go a little bit deeper into a twist together. And so I hope you enjoy the class today, and let's get started. So come to just a comfortable sitting position and take a few deep breaths here where you're softening the eyes, the ears, and the throat. All right, so for the first thing that we're going to look at today for twists is this lift of the chest. So that when I am starting to practice a twist, I maintain this lift in the spine. So I'm not going to twist from a place where I'm rounding the back. So it's the lift of the chest without arching the lower back. So we're not arching the lower back in order to twist. So this is something that we start watching in a twist. And then we see how many times we arch the back or collapse the shoulders in order to twist. Okay, so the way that we're going to take a look at how to lift the chest is, if you have a few blocks available, we're going to put these blocks against the wall. Put your blocks here. And I want to create a place where I can have my shoulders be parallel with the wall and create a space for my head. There. Okay. So I'm going to move it over here. Okay. So these are the same distance from each other, and I'm going to lay down with my shoulders touching the blocks and head in between the blocks here. You can lay down on the floor or on the mat. So go ahead and lay down here on our blocks. Okay. Making sure that the shoulders are touching these blocks. So what I want to do here is I want to, without lifting the shoulders, I want to create a lift. So I inhale and I create a lift in the chest, as if I had a conveyor belt going up here. So the conveyor belt is going up and then coming down behind the collarbones. So it's this lift. At first, a little bit of a physical lift, and eventually it becomes more of a energetic lift, almost as if I had, two imaginary hands that could hold the bottom of the lungs and just maintain them lifted. Right? So not pushing them up, but just creating that effortless lift. So that's what you want to try to recreate using these props. So at first, you're using the skin and the musculature to keep it up, and eventually you find this place where you're not holding any tensions in the eyes, the ears, or the throat. So you're keeping the eyes passive, throat passive, ears passive, but you're creating an energetic lift. So lay down on your props one more time if you have these set up, and feeling the front of the body coming up, the back of the body here, the skin of the back of the body comes down. What comes down the back of the body, so that this skin isn't bunching up and causing the body to curl over. So let's give it a try. So we'll come down again into our blocks and use the friction here of the floor to bring the skin of the back down towards the sacrum. Lift the front without arching the back. So make sure that we keep this tucked. So without arching, tuck the pelvis, lift the chest. Make sure that when you lift the chest, you don't increase any pressure in the eyes, the ears, and the throat. Okay, and then turn to the right and come out when you're ready. So that is something that you can practice before any of your practices to develop this lift in the chest, which you can use in any pose. And this is a really, really great way to do it. All right, so second thing that I'll show you is this, we call it a yoga jacket. And this we're going to use while we are doing our twist. So if you don't have a strap, it's okay. You can use a scarf or anything that you have that is long enough. So we bring our belt across the chest here, okay? And then I just bring the flaps back up. This is not necessary, but it's a nice prop to have. So, okay, so I have it like this. Just brought these up. Then I'm going to bring the two tails in here into the strap. And I'm going to grab this part and I'm going to bring it over my head. So I have it over the head there. Just brought it up, and then these two come back also. So now I'll show you what it looks like in the back. It looks like a little jacket, yoga jacket. And what this does is it allows you to really learn this lift of the chest. The lift of the chest is more of an energetic lift, but then you have this action of the skin here coming up, the skin in the back going down. Yeah, if you have a friend, they can pull it down for you. Okay. So to create a nice, strong foundation from where you can twist. And so this is the lift of the chest aspect, and then the second aspect of the twist I'm going to show you, we're going to learn in the chair. So if you have a chair, go ahead and grab your chair, and we're going to place the chair against the wall so that when you sit against the wall, the right side of your body is touching the wall. So right side towards the wall, sit on a chair. Make sure that the chair here is parallel with the floor so that your knees are not above your hips. So if you're, if you have this kind of a setup, then what you would do is you would just add a blanket here so that we have this knee below the hip bones. Okay, so if you're taller and your legs come up, or if the chair has an angle, then make sure that the seat of the chair is pretty flat or parallel to the floor. Okay, so I'm going to use a block here. Bring that block in between my legs, and I'm going to sit in a way that I'm very aligned. So I look down at my feet, and my feet are not turned out. They are just parallel with each other. And the legs are parallel with each other, so we're not leaning against the wall or leaning away from the wall here. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is show you that second part of the twist. So I'm going to sit down, make sure my sit bones are into the chair, feet are rooted into the mat. And I'm going to take a few breaths here where I soften the belly. I make sure I'm not arching the back. And I practice this lift of the chest that we worked on the floor. So soft eyes, ears, and throat. Lift the chest. And breathe. All right, so then we're going to do another breath. So I'm going to inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to twist to my right. So we're always going to twist to the right first. So inhale, exhale, twist to the right, all the way to the wall. Maintaining that height in the body. So when I twist, if I am coming down here, then I twist less. So inhale, maintain that lift, create that inner lift. As you exhale, maintain the lift and twist. And then inhale, exhale, come back to the center. So let's take a look at the second action that we do in twists here. So I'll bring the chair closer and I'll sit here. Actually, do like this. So as I twist here, when I am twisting to the right, the left side of the body will tend to untuck more, right? So meaning I will tend to arch this side more. So I have to anchor the opposite side of the body more by tucking. So I tuck, so I anchor the sit bone into the chair. I tuck, I lift the chest, and I keep anchoring this side as I twist to the right. If I'm not anchoring this side, what will happen is I will twist to the left, right? And this sit bone comes back and I arch the lower back here. So we want to avoid this. So we're here, we're anchoring the left sit bone more than the right. So anchor this, okay? And really bring that sit bone into the chair, tuck the pelvis, which means we don't do a back bend. And then from here, lift the chest, inhale, exhale, twist. Okay, so hopefully you're able to see that. So let's try that on the chair. So bring your chair against the wall. And now we're just start our twisting practice for today. So we're gonna start out with this simple chair twist against the wall. So let's go ahead and sit on the chair and practice first with a few breaths, just the lifting of the chest, softening of the eyes, the ears, and the throat. And then start noticing if you create a little arch in your lower back as you start twisting. So I'm going to bring the camera closer and I will twist with you. Okay, so here we go. So come to your chair. It's nice to have a block here in between the legs so the knees don't come together. Make sure that the feet are hip width distance apart and you're sitting comfortably on your chair. So then find your sit bones here and make sure that you're not arching in order to twist. So bring the sit bones, tuck the pelvis, lift the chest, and then inhale, softening the eyes, ears, and throat. And as you exhale, go ahead and twist and make sure that the head is just lined with the body. So don't start turning the head before the torso. Okay, so keep the head aligned. So exhale, twist, and go ahead and grab your wall. So we're not just using the arms to twist the body, but you're twisting here from the bottom of the spine by anchoring that sit bone and twisting from the bottom here. And create that softness in the abdomen, that length. And come back to the center. Stay in the center for a few breaths. And we're going to go ahead and do the second side. So we're going to do 2 more of these preparation twists for you to see the technique. And then we're going to go into a deeper twist on the floor that I think you're going to really love. So let's do the second side. Okay, bring that block here and in between the knees. And again, so we're going to root the sit bones into the chair, and make sure that we're tucking a little bit here. You're not over tucking, but you're making sure that you're not creating a lower back bend here in order to twist. We're maintaining the lift of the chest, so lift the chest without lifting the arms. So just like we did in the beginning of class where we lift the front of the chest, bring the back skin of the back down, and create this energetic lift without bringing any tension into the eyes, the ears, and the throat. So take a few breaths here. Start anchoring the right side this time. Inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale, twist. And then start noticing, where do you find in your spine, where are the restrictions? Is there a point where you find a really tight spot? So lift and twist from that vertebrae. And inhale. As you exhale, release. And stay in the middle for a few minutes. For the second part of our twist, we're going to actually use the chair in a different way. So we're going to bring the chair out, and we're going to bring the legs into the chair like this. Let's get back a little bit. So I'll just show you like this, and then I'll change the direction so you can see. So here we can go a little bit deeper. You can use your block here if you'd like at the bottom of the femur closest to the knee. Okay, and we're going to use the chair, but again, we're not using the chair to pull. We're just using it as support, but we're still making sure that we're bringing those sit bones into the chair, lifting the chest, making sure that we're not holding the breath while twisting, so you're really breathing through the nose, and that you're not arching the lower back. So if I'm going to twist to the right first, I'm going to anchor the sit bone and tuck more on the left side of my body. So here we bring the sit bones, soften the eyes, the ears, and the throat. Inhale, and then anchor the sit bone of your left side. So make sure that you don't arch the left side. And inhale, exhale, twist. And you can hold on to the side of the chair and twist here. And then inhale, exhale, twist, and come back to the center. So let me move my chair so you can see what that looks like in the back. Sideways. All right. So coming into the chair here. Okay. This is part 2. So I am sitting facing the backrest of the chair. I can use the block if that helps the knees stay hip widths apart, making sure that my feet aren't turned out and they're both aligned together, and pressing down into the floor. So press the feet down, make sure that the femurs are coming down, they're not puffing up. Sit bones into the chair, and here removing any arch that I may have in the lower back, so tucking the pelvis, creating that inner lift without adding pressure to the eyes, the ears, and the throat. So with my left hand, I'm still twisting to the right. I hold on to the backrest of the chair. I inhale, and I exhale, and I twist to the right. And I can move my hand here to twist. So when I'm increasing the twist, I make sure that I'm anchoring that left side into the chair and tucking the left side so that the twist comes down. It's not just a twist here because the arms are moving, but a twist of the whole spine. And then you start discovering where is it that in your spine you find the biggest restriction. And breathe into that restriction, lift, softness in the eyes, the ears, and the throat, and twist. So you can come back to center as you exhale. And then explore here for a few minutes. See how the spine is coming back into center. Release the belly. Start releasing any of those maybe negative emotions, maybe toxins, detoxifying the body. We're going to do the same thing to the left. So here, sit bones into the chair, tuck a little bit, lift, hold on to the backrest of the chair, inhale, lift, anchor the right side, tuck. As you exhale, come out, and here you can even grab the opposite side of the chair, really anchoring this right side into the chair, tucking so that you can twist more, but without increasing any tension in the eyes, the ears, and the throat, without arching the lower back. So here is me arching the lower back, here is me anchoring and tucking, twist, lift, and then go ahead and release. And stay in the middle for a few breaths. Okay, so I hope this chair twist is revealing and it's releasing for you. It's a really great exercise to do to learn the twists and to start exploring your twists. So now we're going to take it one step further, and we're going to use a bolster and we're going to twist on the floor. And this is an incredible twist. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. So coming out of the chair here, chair away. Okay. So in any of these twists, you can use the yoga jacket that we said, and you can just use that to lift the chest. I forgot to do it here on the chair twist, but you can try it with that prop as well. So to set up for the laying down twist, I'm going to need 2 blocks, and I'm going to put these against the wall here. 2 blocks against the wall. Okay. I'm going to grab a bolster, and a nice firm pillow would do, and I'm going to put that bolster right in front of the 2 blocks. So this is what it looks like. Blocks with the 2 bolsters. And then, let's come over here with me. I'm going to bring it over here, and we're going to show you how I do this twist. Okay, so I come to the wall here, and I'm going to twist to the right first. Okay, we're going to go to the right first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my leg onto those blocks like this. Okay, so here's the first leg. Okay, there we go. And the second leg goes here. So I hope that that's clear for you to see. So what I want to make sure is that the same angle that I have on this, on the left foot is here on the right foot. So I don't have a leg that's like this, you know, with a very wide angle and one with a very closed angle. I want to make sure that they're both the same amount of either close or openness. Okay, so here we are. We have this like that, and I'm going to change the angle of the camera so that you can see the full twist. So you can go ahead and set up your blocks on the wall. And we're going to, okay, here we go. So come over to the wall, twisting to the right first. I'm going to place my legs on the block, and I'm going to grab a bolster here. So same thing, I'm going to start out with the bolster facing my right knee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften my eyes, ears, and throat. I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to maintaining the contact of my right heel onto the block. So this right heel here has contact onto the block like we saw a little bit earlier. And maintaining the contact of my leg on the blocks here, I'm going to really lengthen this belly area. So maintain the length here and the softness in the belly. And I'm going to lay down on this bolster, first looking over to my right. So I take a few breaths here. And when I'm ready, I can turn and face the opposite side. So I start feeling a really nice twist. I take a few breaths here, and I'm going to make it a little bit more deep. So I bring the bolster to the center here. And again, I have my feet against the blocks, and I'll show you that again in just a second, a different angle. And I'm going to bring the bolster close to my body. I'm going to lift, soften the belly, lift the chest, and I'm going to just lay here onto the bolster, creating a very nice stretch. And I can use the head over to the right, or I can turn my head to the left. And I can stay here anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Okay, so it's a very restorative, very detoxifying twist. And then for the third level, I bring this. So we have 1, center 2, and we come here to the third level. I'm going to move the camera so that you can see the legs from a different angle. So here, okay, again, I'm going to put my left leg onto these blocks here. The right heel goes onto the block so that the angle of the legs is the same, right? The amount of closure here and the legs is the same. And so I had the bolster here to the side, then we moved it to the center, and now I'm moving it almost behind me. And this is really going to work on the leg stretch here. So I'm going to lift the chest, soften the eyes, the ears, and the throat, and twist onto the bolster without removing the contact here of the heel to the block. So I don't want to remove that. I want to keep the contact, and I want to keep the contact of the back foot onto the wall. And I come out and I twist. So same thing, inhale, lift, and twist. And if this is too intense, what I'll show you, what you can do is you can add a second bolster. So you can actually lay on a higher surface here. Okay, so to get out, I'm going to show you how the two bolsters look like. And I'm going to get out by bringing both legs on top of each other. Okay, and then get out like this so that you're not hurting your knees to get out. So if it's too tight and you need a little bit more support, this is how you would do it. Okay. So just bringing the legs back onto the blocks, and you can keep, you don't have to bring it all the way to the left unless you want a deeper twist. Make sure that you're keeping the contact of the heel onto the block, and you can come and you can twist here. right? This may make it a little bit more accessible until you're ready to come down, and then eventually you can do this all the way down on the floor without a bolster. All right. Okay, and then come out, bring both legs out, and then of course you would do the second side. So second side would be the same thing. Come this way. Okay, so to do the second side, we bring the right leg onto the blocks. So just place the right leg there. Bring the left heel onto the block here so that the angle of the closure of the knees is the same. And then grab your bolster. Inhale, soften the belly, lift the chest, and then come into the bolster and enjoy your twist here. Once you're here for a few breaths, you can turn the head over to the opposite side, increasing the intensity of the twist. Stay here for a few breaths where you close your eyes, soften the eyes, the ears, and the throat. And start breathing into the twist through the nose without bringing any additional tension into the eyes, ears, and throat. Breathe, lengthen, exhale, twist a little more. And then feel free to move the bolster or your twist to this position, and then you can bring it out all the way out so that you can twist here. Okay. And then to come out, go ahead and bring the legs, stack them on each other, and come out. Well, I hope that you have an amazing twisting practice. It's a great practice to do this time of year, just to cleanse, detoxify, and really restore. And if you have any questions, just send the comments below, send them in the comments below for me, and I will answer if I can. And thank you for watching.